I'm John Akuma from Stop Motion Magazine, and this is the XYZ Printing Nobel 1.0 SLA 3D printer unboxing. What makes this different than all the other printers on the market is the price, which is the lowest for an SLA 3D printer on the market from a name brand company. But it is also a stereolithography printer, which makes it a super high resolution, light sensitive resin printer which uses UV laser light to cure the resin layer by layer. The end result being a 3D object. Now this printer and the XYZ company are notorious on the internet for their printers either breaking or not working at all. That and the fact that the specific printer has a reputation for prints not sticking to the print bed and the very slow slicing of objects. And slow print speeds along with proprietary resins which can be messy and smelly and that can be pricey at times. And the fact that the printer can only use these resins from the XYZ printing company and you must use their software and nothing else. Okay. This would be enough to turn most 3D printing enthusiasts away from this product. I've also heard that the prints that do succeed on this printer are not perfect in their dimensions and are slightly off from the original model specs. Yet I'm determined to try this printer out and seeing if I can succeed where others have failed with this machine. My specific needs are to print high resolution small objects that my ABS and my PLA printers just can't produce, and I feel confident that even with all the problems that have plagued other users, there may be workarounds and things as a user that I can do to achieve better performance out of this machine than my fellow makers have achieved. So enough blabbing from me, let's rock. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna put this thing on the ground first, and then I'm gonna put the stuff up on the table and we'll talk about what's in here. First things first, of course, that one's already cut here. Cut that there. All right, so there we did that. We did that, all right. Now put this thing on the ground. Whee! And first things first, there are instructions. And the instructions are probably the most important part. In fact, it has an unpacking procedure, and I've watched other people unpack 3D printers before, and I've watched them destroy 3D printers or even like just damage them in general. I hope to not do that. Let's see. The first thing it says, of course, is you've received your blah 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 blah. That's it. No. Gotta remove your orange tape and all that other stuff. So basically, let's get it out of the box first, because it doesn't cover that process. So here we go, some styrofoam, and the thing looks like it's fully assembled, which is pretty sweet. I've seen other boxes like the Nobel 1.0, which is like basically, I don't know, they got this huge thing that you have to assemble itself. I'm not a fan of that. I like the closed hoods. Let's see what we got here. Whee! And it's here. Wow. This thing is sweet. Professionally built, it looks like. I mean, initially, open the tape. Nope, don't need this knife. Okay, put the knife away. Put the knife away, sir. Alright, here we go. Slow unboxing. Alright, put that back in there. Looks like we got some cover in here. Some plastic wrap. Let's see. Might need a little bit of knife action for this sucker here. Let's see, we'll do this. Yeah. One of the crazy things that I've witnessed with these, put the knife away, sir. What I've witnessed with these printers is that there's been some complaints about the hoods being cracked. Now, we're in 2016. We're actually on the last day of 2016 as I'm opening this. Tomorrow is 2017. Bring 2017, right? But the hoods end up being cracked or something's busted on it. I don't know if that's from shipping or from bad repairs or what, but that has been a complaint I don't see anything wrong at this time. So I'm gonna open this up. There we go. Whoosh. Let's see the hood. Perfectly brand new, beautiful. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Okay, so stick this to the side. And we'll do this one here. Take the shrink wrap off of this sucker. Some in the back. And that. Alright, this is garbage. We'll throw that away in the trash can. And we'll remove this. More tape. Oh, there's lots of tape. Let's put that in the box. Looks like this is the wash container with some gloves and some tools, which is important. I love the fact that they give you this. Here is the resin tank. Very important. Now the resin tanks have a little barcode on the bottom. Or actually no, this is the resin tank. The resin bottle has a little barcode or a little chip or something. We'll get to that where you have to use only theirs. It will only see their bottles. It will not see anybody else's. And you can't refill it because it has a limited amount. It's like a paper printer. You have a limited amount of ink inside of a paper printer. You have a limited amount of resin to print with. And there's a sensor on, like, let's say the Epsons or any of those, just like the XYZ. So anyway, I hope I'm clear on that. Oh, here we go. That little spatula to remove the stuff. This looks like a power supply. And put that in the box. Oh boy. So here we are. Oh, there you go. There's the bottle. Yeah, see there's a little chip underneath this thing that tells the printer how much resin is in there. Wow. Pretty gnarly. It looks like I found a piece from this, which goes in here. Luckily, that did not get lost. Came loose probably during shipping. Screw that in there. This is the tension piece for the head. And here's another one. Okay. All right, so that's it so far. Pretty cool. I know I need to remove the tape here. I know I need to raise this and then to get that out of there, and then I can assemble it all together. But for right now, I'm gonna pause the video, which you just take 2 seconds, and I'm gonna read the instructions on how to assemble it so you're not sitting here watching me read instructions. And then I'll bring you back after I have figured out the process. So that way this machine doesn't get busted, right? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I've read the instructions that they provided, and now from what it says, basically I plug in the printer and then I let it warm up for 10 minutes. And then I go to utilities platform to top, yes, blah, 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 blah. I remove all the tape, you know what I mean, and then take the foam out. And then I install the tray, calibrate the top, shake the resin bottle, insert the resin bottle back in with all the flow, autofill the whole sucker, and start printing. So I think for now, what I'll do is I'll plug it in. You watch me plug it in, right? And let's remove this tape first, because I just, I'm a stickler for this type of stuff. This doesn't need to be there. So we can remove that, all right? And I can plug it in. Hey, where's the other cable? Oh! Might be in here. Might be in this little thing here. There we are. There's other goodies. These goodies. Alright, so we got a USB cable. And it's got a little thumb drive with the software. XYZ has a proprietary software. It's on the thumb drive, supposedly. Here's the new lid for the bottle and the little air intake valve tube, and then the power cable. Alright. And I'm all thumbs right now, so I can't get this open. There we go. And we're going to plug it into that power socket right behind it. Alright. The biggest problem I think I'm going to have with this printer is finding a location in my workshop for it to live. Because, one, I want to make sure that it's level, because this bench is not level. It kind of tilts towards the user. So I'm going to have to level the printer overall and then level the tank and the system. But for right now, we can at least get it started. Also, I'm gonna have to figure out the laptop situation and the computer situation, because you can print straight off with a USB thumb drive, but I definitely want to use a software so I can see what the model is slicing and how it looks and what's going on with it. So that is a situation that we have to battle. There we go. Plug that in, and here we go. Fingers crossed. Power button's back here. And it turned on. Yeah, it turned on. Yeah. So it's gotta initialize for 10 minutes, supposedly. Ooh, listen to that. Initializing. 10 minutes. There we go. So we have to wait. Good thing I took the tape off. We have to wait, and we'll come back in 10 minutes. I'll go have some lunch. You guys sit back, have a little coffee, hang out. No. Turn the video off, and we'll start over again. All right. All right. So the 10 minutes has passed, and it has gone into its next stage, which means that to remove this little foam sucker here, I got to go to utilities on this little thing, which is right there. Push OK, and then I go move platform. Right to top. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Yes. It's processing. Then move this thing, and there it goes. Woo! This center rod is actually really nice. My other 3D printers, the center rod is just hell. I work around it. So let that go to the rise, and then, of course, we move this. That comes out of there. What is this? This is the paper to protect that. That's interesting. Wow, I see the laser down there. Interesting. Looks like it's all reflective. So I guess the laser shoots this way, and then the glass is angled and it goes up. All right, so we've done that. Now, setting up. All right, well, I've unpacked it. I guess I do want to set it up. Let's see, let's insert the resin tank. So the resin tank's right here. And, of course, I got to cut open the tape. Knife action. Knives. Okay, so do that. All right. And this is the resin tank. Come here, you beast. All right. Okay, so that's the resin tank. Wow, it's sealed in there. It says max fluid is that. That's interesting. Open that up like that. All right. Very nice and shiny. Got the trash can. Oh, there is silicone on there actually. Wow, cool. All right, so nice clean resin tank. Now the bottom of this resin tank has a silicone like layer. I guess that's to prevent the fluids from building up and whatever. The bottom of this tank will change over time. It'll actually get cloudy. So a lot of the techniques are to print at different areas on the surface here. Well, not on the surface of this, but the laser will shine through here. If it's focused in one area for too long, you'll get a lower resolution in that specific area. There's some schmegma on that. Let's get that off there. That looks to be. I'm gonna have to let's do some rubbing alcohol. Oops, here. Let me just put this here because that's where it goes. And this. And rubbing alcohol. 91% rubbing alcohol. All right, so we're gonna do that to get this stuff off of there. And this, basically, it's the silicone is peeling off because it was visible. I could see it. Oops, come here. Right now. looks fairly good. Close that up, put that back. All right, so this is gonna go in here. Ooh, nice! All right, now this thing comes off of here, I believe. And from my understanding, and this is just me, I see fingerprints on here that are not my fingerprints. Now knowing, like printing ABS or PLA, fingerprints are the devil. And apparently this is the fingerprints from the people. I could actually, I could take maybe some carbon and some tape and go click and find out who actually, if they're in the database, who actually assembled this. But from what I've read is the initial prints on these things, in fact, a lot of the prints don't stick to this. They're supposed to, but because of how smooth this surface is, there's really nothing for the resin to actually adhere to, so it slides off and falls into the vat, which causes a lumpy dissolving mess and then just pure hell. Personally, well, before I get to that, but what I've read from other people's experience, or specifically one individual that I read, he had access to a sandblaster and he micro sandblasted this and made it so it had a roughened surface. He also suggested using a super high fine grit sandpaper and basically sanding the surface with that to allow for adhesion for that. I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to do that now. That's going to be another video. But for now, we know that that works. I'll slide this back in here. I think it goes this way. Wasn't paying attention properly. Oh, here we go. Makes sense. It goes in here like that. And then, of course, these things are for the whole calibration nonsense. So it says, install the resin tank. Okay. The slots, calibrate the platform by selecting utilities, horizontal calibration, and follow the instructions on the screen. After removing the prints from this platform, loosen blah 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 blah. Okay, so basically, it's going to tell me utilities, horizontal calibration. Let's do that. Let's try this. Let's go home. Okay. I'm going to go horizontal calibration. Start horizontal calibration. Yes. Object from platform. Okay. Loosen 4 screws. They are loose. And hit OK. And it's going down. I'm so excited. Now it's got a little noise to it, but it's not overly like annoying. I mean, dude, my my ABS printer is loud. I mean, I used to have it in the house, and my wife just literally like, get it out of the house, get it out. It's just way too noisy. And then I have a PLA printer that I built, a mostly printed CNC at MP centers. Well, anyway, that I built myself. It's super, super quiet. Has a huge print bed. I'll show you that in another video. But this specifically is not that overtly noisy. It does on a warm-up though make a lot of crunchy sounds. But okay, so what we got here, and tighten all 4 screws. But from what I understand, you have to like do this type of thing here, and then you go like that. Wow. All right. Now, of course, I'm going to have to redo this once I get the platform prepared for my printing. Once I have the computer all set. But for right now, that's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. Yeah, and then the next stages are to install the bottle and all this stuff. But I'm not quite ready to start printing. I want to make sure that, one, this thing is sanded, right? This platform is sanded. 2, I have a system that's going to actually use this, like a computer that I can actually use to control this device. Currently, I have my computers locked up in all sorts of other areas, so I don't have a spare computer. I'm going to have to reconnoiter. Is that the right word? It might not be the right word, but I'm going to have to go find a computer that actually I can use on this, and shouldn't be that terribly hard. And then I have to, of course, pick a model to test with. Probably do a hollow cube, and we'll go from there. But for now, this has been the Nobel 1. I think overall, man, that is pretty sweet. That's a pretty sweet printer. And yeah. So thank you for watching this video. Please like our and subscribe to our Stop Motion Magazine YouTube channel. Like us on Twitter if you can, and also become one of our followers on Facebook. And like us on Facebook. And if you want to subscribe to our print or digital issues of the magazine, please go to stopmotionmagazine.net, where you can subscribe to the magazine and pick up a digital or print issue of our publication. For now, thank you so much for being an audience and for observing my craziness. With that, thank you, and keep animating.